Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Today we're taking a look at In the Footsteps of Darwin. And you say, have you already reviewed this Darwin game? I can see you being confused about that. There actually is several games these days with the word Darwin in. This one here is a very light set collection game where you're going to be drafting a tile on your turn, putting that tile on your board, and then scoring points after everyone has taken 12 tiles. It's a very simple, quick game. It's pretty nice looking, though. It has some neat tiles. It's from the amazing company Sorry We Are French. Let's take a look at the game, and we'll be right back. In this game, each player is building a tableau in front of them. You can see the different spots. This is, by the way, this is a really nice, look at this. Oh, look at that board. It looks like a book when you open it. You know, each player has their own little book board. I'm a big fan of these. I just think they're pretty cool. Anyhow, you're going to start with a guide token, and you're also going to start with one of these tokens, which kind of gives you some scoring things. So this says, for example, I get 1 point for every animal that I learn about from Africa. The ship is going to be placed out here. 9 random tiles are placed here. And then you'll have 12 other tiles per player next to the board, along with some other tokens. And the ship is going to be placed here at the top of the board. So on your turn, very simple. First, you study an animal or take inspiration from a character. You're going to, basically, that means take one of the 3 tiles where the ship is. So let's say I'm like, ooh, I would like to take the centipede. Now, the centipede has a very specific spot it's going to go to on my board. And see, it's a bug, and it's from Australia. So I'm going to place it down here. And then the ship, since I took the first tile, so I could take the first, second, or third, it's going to move 1, 2, or 3. So it moves 1, and then I replace this tile. So the next player is going to be picking from those 3 tiles. If you take a person, you're going to put them over here. Take inspiration, they're going to give you something. This person happens to give me 2 guide tokens. Now, I look and see what I took here. I took a centipede. You'll notice that some of these have this little crown symbol on them. That means whenever you take that, take the Charles Darwin figure. If you have him at the end of the game, it's 2 points. But they're also worth points on them. This Indian cobra, for example, is worth 2 points. This centipede here simply just gives me a compass token. And so I'll place this compass here. And that's important because at the end of the game, each scroll token that you have is going to be worth the number of compass tokens on your board. And I've kind of just explained pretty much the whole game to you. You're just going to keep taking turns and slowly taking things and placing them here. But there are some bonuses and things. If you completely fill a row or a column, so let's say I took this and I got the bug here and the bear, and I found the eagle and filled that whole one up, I'll take one of these tokens, which is going to be worth 5 points at the end of the game. I also want to point out these guide tokens, you can use them for 2 different things. One, when right before you go, you can move the ship here, the beagle, 1 forward or 1 back. So you might have a different group of tiles to pick from in the row in front of you. You're like, oh, you know what? I don't like this. I'm looking for African animals, and I'm here, so I'd like to move it 1, and every animal in that column is now Africa. You can also discard all 3 tiles, put them on the bottom of a stack, and draw 3 more tiles to take their place. So that's what guide tokens are used for as the game goes by. You can also get more theories here. A way to get a theory is if you ever take an animal that is the exact same type as one you already have. So you'll see this is a Asian animal, and it's a reptile. I already have an Asian. I have the Indian cobra. Now I'm putting the flying dragon on top of that. Only the top one's going to count for scoring, but because I did that, I can take one of these 3 face-up ones, and now I'm going, all right, now I'm going to get a point for every bug I have at the end of the game. And then there would be 3. Ooh, that one's for Australian. So the more of these you have, the more bonus points you're going to get. This is going to keep going till the last tile's been placed on this journey board in the middle. At that point, everyone will have placed 12 tiles on their board. You're going to add up the victory points that you can see. Plus your scrolls are going to be worth victory points for the compasses that you have out here. If you got these publications for doing a row or a column, those are worth 5 points each. Your theories that you've developed along the way will score you points. And if you control Charles Darwin, you have 2 points. Whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. I should also mention this game comes with an appendix which talks about every animal in here. The Indian cobra is deaf, all serpents are, but its sight and sense of smell are extremely developed. I'm learning about snakes. And so that's there. I don't know. I asked at the table, I'm like, how many people actually read these? I'm sure some people do. Every time I mention this, people will say it in the comments, but I wonder what the percentage is. But anyway, this game is bright, it's colorful, it's cheerful, and it's a filler. I've been talking a lot about different fillers this week that kind of game you play in between other games. This is maybe a 30-minute game, but that's a good thing in this case. This game plays 5, the maximum number of players, very easily, and you're just moving that ship around and collecting a tile. Now, the more players there are, the only bad thing about that is don't get attached to a tile on the board. It's probably not going to be there when you come around. But when it does come, you have a choice of 3 tiles. You said that's not a very good choice. Tis true, but those different followers, the guides, you can spend the guide to move an extra spot in different directions. Well, now you have more than 3 tiles, or you can discard 3 and get 3 new ones. But really, you're just deciding which tiles to take. I want this tile because A, it gives me points. B, it gives me more compasses, and if I get like 3 compasses and then 3 of those scrolls, I just got 9 points. I'm trying to get things that match the theories that I have. I want another theory. I want to finish a row or a column. Nothing here is particularly new and unique, especially the animal theme, but it, like I said, it has such a cheerful outlook, and it's so easy to play, and the whole thing looks good. This is the kind of game that if someone doesn't play many games, I'd be like, hey, I want to play a game with you, and I promise you it's not that complex, and it really isn't. You can move the ship for them, and you say, now pick from those 3 tiles. That's it. Once they get a guide, say, hey, if you don't like the tiles, you pick the guide, let you wipe those 3 tiles and put 3 more out there. And that spider is worth 2 points, and that vulture gives you a compass. Very, very easy stuff, and I like it. The theme of collecting animals and writing about them, I mean, it's very, very vague, very barely there, but it is there. This is a solid 8 for me, folks. I like fillers, you know, these quick little simple games. Like I said, I'm reviewing several of them this week, but this one is one of the nicest ones. It's such good quality. I mean, when you look at the cover here, even on the side of the box, see that turtle? Great art, a nice sketchbook quality to it. The components are cool, and it's just fun filling up their thing. And then it's done. It's over. It's over before it gets boring, but it doesn't go too short. It's just the right amount of time. I like it a lot. So in the footsteps of Darwin, definitely one you want to check out. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time.